iDiskiTV powered by Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes asiyodozele ngosuku leholide yemini yenkcubeko namagugu ngosuku lwama-24 kwinyanga kaSeptember. Ndiyazi inyanga kaSeptember ngesixhosa bayithiwa yomsintsi okanye kwinyanga ka-2024. Silapha ke namhlanje siphethe umdlalo weMamelodi Sundowns neqela eliyi-fake Bloemfontein Celtic, iMarumo Gallants no-fake Guardiola ngapha ecaleni kwam. Ubone njani umdlalo?
Nkululeko tingiqale kanje. Kabuyelo Masandawana.
Yes sir.
Danko members.
Yes sir.
The league is gone. Nkululeko. The league is gone.
Yes.
Yeah. When we start like this in Mamelodi Sundowns, for me, in my opinion, let's wrap the season. Yeah, the season is over.
2 days ago you were crying about the new coach. Now the league is gone.
No, the league is gone, to be honest with you. I really believe it, to be honest with you. Firstly, I believed in the coach.
I don't know. I'm looking
I've always
at Justice.
believed in the coach.
It doesn't look like it believes you.
Justice, I've always believed in the coach. 100%. The coach has been there for 11 years. The only problem I had was squad auditing. Then after squad auditing, team profiling. After team profiling, then player profiling.
Ushaying a slung, man. Because yesterday it sounded like you didn't believe in the coach. Now you are justifying why you believe in the coach. And you're shy ngolwimi lesilungu.
No, honestly, I was unhappy with the profile and the look of the squad for me. Initially, I said too many changes. Right, Nkulego? But I like the approach now. Firstly, I'm looking at the approach. Obviously, this approach came in 4-3-3. But it changes out of position, in and out of position, Nkulego, with the 2 number 8s and the 2 number 10s. That's the crucial thing that we are using away from a communal system. But for me, still the identical Shushain and piano that has been happening for years in Mamelodi Sundowns. But there's 2 things I'm taking away from this game, Nkulego, more especially from Coach Mangoba Mngqithi. He said we are going to play different in the CAF Champions League and we are going to play a little bit different in the league. And I can see that already. In the Champions League, we look a little bit quicker. We try and get the ball quicker in the box, as quick as we can, less passes, no extra pass. But in the league, there's emphasis Nkulego, on an extra pass, patience on the ball, draw the opponent closer, and then play behind. In football, Nkulego, this is one thing. Speed is an advantage. Reina says speed, that's an advantage. Matthews has speed, that's an advantage. The change of speed that Ribeiro has can be slow, can change his speed anytime. That's an advantage. The balance in your way as well. I'm looking at the profile of forwards that we have, and I'm thinking to myself, very rapid, very direct, and influential as well in the final third. In midfield, the number 10, for example, we are using 2 number 8s, I mean to say, sorry. We are using Opri, no, Marcelo Allende. They've got 2 responsibilities without the ball, is to occupy, by Maris, like they act like recyclers. They occupy lama positions, I show my full backs. In position of the ball, they move into the progressive line. But this is what was interesting when Marcelo Allende today. When he gets into the progressive line, Nkulego, it's either a pass, wide, a combination, but now this is interesting from him, something that he never used to do, because last season we used to play different. We were obsessed with control. We still obsessed with control this year, but I think he has the license to join in the box, man. We saw that with the 2 chances that he got. I think it could have been more than 4-1.
He should have scored.
Should have scored, I think, one of those chances, right? We're looking at Opri. Opri plays on the right with the left foot. It gives us a different dimension because we look unpredictable now. It's either Nkulego.
That's actually what Neo Mayema used to give you.
Yeah.
Neo Mayema as a midfielder going as a central attacking midfielder would give you that dimension as well.
The most important thing, detail, Nkulego, is left foot on the right, which makes us unpredictable. Why Opri can combine a center or can find Urenas, because Urenas, this is an interesting that he used to do. He's not a striker, box striker. He's a striker that peels. Upila off on the wide channels, whether on the right or on the left, find that space, then bring in a lama cross, low cross, square pass, I think that's how they scored the first 2 goals. Matthews does that on the left, Urenas' responsibility to do it on the right. But now, Nkulego, I'm looking at Utapelo Mrena. The quality of the delivery is improving on the point, especially in the final third. We've always said Utapelo Mrena, Umatrapa is a good box-to-box fullback, but I feel that the delivery is improving. Very impressed with Tiwan. I don't want to overpraise him because I need him to play a full season for Mamelodi Sundowns. Yeah. And he's competing against some high-profile players. The fact that he's playing, that means he's doing a good job. Impressive performance, but for me, Nkulego, a player that we haven't spoken about in a very, very long time in this country. Musa Libusa, an educated left foot, Nkulego. Technically very good. A captain, former ex-captain, School of Ajax Cape Town, Nkulego. A leader. Wins ama jewels wake, reads the game very well. But Nkulego, I think his best ability, Nkulego, his best, top ability, Nkulego, is reading the game, check my situation. I'm not saying it's the same quality, and this is something I'm from Kulma.
Yeah, let's not make that mistake.
No, let's not do it. There's 5 players in the PSL, in my opinion, that are above everyone. We are looking at Oli Sandago, Orlando Pirates. I think he's heads above everyone in terms of
In his position.
In his position, he's the best centre back in the country.
Yeah.
No arguments. In Africa, in my opinion, you're looking at Ronza. It's arguable that he's the best in Africa.
Yeah.
You're looking at Ronza. For me,
He's the best goalkeeper in Africa, Ronan Williams.
I even said last year, Nkulego, I'm the one that said he deserves my Ballon d'Or nominee. I believe
because he's not in the Champions League,
Yeah.
in the UEFA Champions League, we can't say he's the best there,
Yeah.
but we can safely say he's the best goalkeeper in Africa.
for me, Nkulego, with what he produced, Nkulego, it's just that Tina sometimes as a South African and we are very
No,
talented.
he would have to play for Real
Yeah.
Madrid in the Champions League and win them the Champions League for him to be the best goalkeeper in the world.
For
Like
sure.
Thibaut Courtois.
For sure.
There's a limit to what kind of competition you play in the AFCON and in the Betway Premiership, but he is the best in Africa. That's not disputable. Please continue with your point.
Yeah.
Olisanda, Ronan Williams. Not disputable. Those are the best in their positions.
For me, the best player in the PSL for me, in the Betway Premiership, Marcelo Allende, I think there's a difference. I think I'm tanglishile though, Nkulego, because also with players like this, you need to tanglish. Because I was not happy with the body language in the last 2-3 games. I think I'm tanglishile, much better performance. It's him third. The fourth one was Tito Maswangai, in my opinion. I think Tito raises the level in the PSL as well. And then lastly, this one is going to be controversial, but I think the boy Mfukeng, I think he raises. I think he's above. I think he's the most talented player we have in the PSL.
Difficult to see any wide forward who's better than him at the moment.
Yeah. So for me, I look at those players and I think to myself, those players are far ahead of everyone in the PSL. Umshishi, I would count him in, but obviously the age is not on his side. But Umshishi is one of them as well.
Yeah.
He's one of them as well. But Nkulego, to be honest with you, very professional performance from Mamelodi Sundowns. Then U10 Malisela. We need to be critical when he's not doing well, Nkulego. We praised him when he played against the Kaizer Chiefs because he only had a month to prepare the team. Comes back, plays against the Marumo Gallants, dominates the first half. Golden Arrows, I mean to say, dominates the first half, but toothless. Comes again in this match. What do we want to see? Can we see your team then? If at least you are not trying to outplay Mamelodi Sundowns, can you try and outrun? There's two things I wanted to see a team in Gaten's Nkulego. If you can't outplay them, can you at least outrun them? For me, there was lack of effort, lack of belief. As to why, I don't know. I think Nkulego don't play who, play this one, play that one. Nkulego, there's teams like Abu Mazulu, which is I'm very critical of coaches that come from Europe, Abu Pablo Franco. I really need to see what he's going to do tomorrow. Because there's coaches that are available, about 10-10s, that are not in teams that have resources. For me, I'm looking at Marumo Gallants. We did question this, even in the beginning of the season. He's trying his best with unknown players.
Yeah, they bought the status Swallows.
Yeah.
They're trying to build a team. It's 3 matches in the season. There's 3 losses.
Yeah.
And I even think that although Simkhulumela Manje, who coached 10-10s, these people will look at it and think 3 losses in 3 matches, maybe it's time. And I think that he's in trouble.
Yeah.
I think he's probably going to be told that you have to win. And then we're going to the international window next week. Yeah. After that, if he doesn't win this weekend, if he's playing this weekend, then we may not come back in the international window.
Nkulego, the only criticism I can give to the coach is it felt like a training session to Mamelodi Sundowns today. It felt like a training session, and that should be criticism to the coach 10-10s because for the first time, for me, they didn't look even good in position of the ball, Nkulego. First half, second half,
Which is usually their bread and butter.
At least, Nkulego, if you are losing the match, at least to 10-10s, what he has is that he will show you football. You would want to come to the stadium, you would want to open the TV and watch his teams play. For me, a lot of bad performances, even at the back, even the goalkeepers as well.
Yeah, I asked too many mistakes. The goalkeepers, what do you think about them? I'm of the opinion that, Akpe is not good enough, even himself. He comes out, unfortunate for him, had injury with the ball in his face. And then there's a replacement goalkeeper who makes a mistake immediately as he comes in. That means they have a problem with goalkeeping department.
Yeah, Nkulego, they have a problem. And 2 things, if you understand the 10-10s and the kind of coach he has, those are not the profile of goalkeepers he uses.
Yes, absolutely.
That's not his goalkeepers.
He would never play Akpe.
The problem, Nkulego, yokusainela coach ama player pre-season, bese coaches are after. Because to be honest with you, with how Dance wants to play, most of those players probably don't suit the way he wants to play. But Nkulego, how Mamelodi Sundowns won this match, a very simple one. The most important players were the centre backs and the goalkeeper. Oronza, very important, but also Ukekana, Kran Kekana, he's improved ever since he comes from a super sport. The pass that goes to Abuma number 10, because remember, Sundowns are sadlaling ama winger. We use our full back to attack that last line aggressive. But in the attack zone, the 2 crucial players today for me were Ribeiro and Matthews coming into that half space, occupy those balls and playing ama through balls. I think we got about 3. Pegale Ankunzi pass, I shayele Matthews, Ribeiro, Angena is a number 10. Apreka through ball, then Ureina finish. Same thing, no Matthews. Nkulego, this is a question I did ask Maspegele game. I said, this boy looks like a future national team player.
Yeah, well, Matthews, I think
it does.
My response to that was that he has to first be a regular at Sundowns, and then he becomes a national team player. And then you have to also define his position. What is he? Is he coming from central as a number 10, or is a wide forward? If he's a wide forward, is he a left wide forward? If he's a left wide forward, then he's not better than Relebohile Mofokeng or Oswin Apolis as a left wide forward. Is he a right wide forward? Clearly he is not, because that's not what they're playing him. He's not playing ahead of Ribeiro. So all of those things have to be answered. I agree with you that going forward, he'll probably be a national team player, but he has to win his keeper sakhe with Sundowns Qala, and then secure his position and then become a national team player.
They call him the mouse, Nkolego. He drifts wide and occupies a central space. It's a tactical thing. I think his best position is a half winger. It's not a full winger, it's half winger.
So then you have to say, where would he play in the national team?
Because the national team plays exactly like Mamelodi Sundowns. We rely on our fullbacks to attack.
Yeah.
He drops in and comes in, and Guma have spaces to add as a double number 10. I think that's his best position. But also because of his speed, he's versatile, the boy. I think you can also use him as a half 9 as well. Where in instances we are chasing a game, Kulego, we need speed behind. Because that's why we were vouching initially. I think 3 seasons ago, we were all speaking about Ueshili Tupiri. And we said, the boy might not be technically very good, but the boy, his speed can help us. Like we said, speed is an advantage in football. I think that's why Sisebenzi Sano Matrapa in the national team, for his speed. I feel that his speed can help us. But also what Matthews has that Utupris doesn't have, or maybe Matrapa doesn't have his technique. He's got unbelievable technique. And on a balance line, when can kick with both feet. But a very impressive performance, very professional performance from Mamelodi Sundowns.
All right, there you go. Thank you very much to Lindo. Thank you very much to everyone who watched us. All of these videos, we knocked them off the park. We'll wrap up the day. We'll come back tomorrow then with the Kaizer Chiefs Namazulu after resting and drinking in Bamba and smoking and making babies and all of that nonsense that we do as people after watching football. It is iDiskiTV, Times. We're sports betting. Thank you for watching us.